All right, so who discussed the ideal teammate? Which group? This group here? Okay, so a couple things from the ideal teammate, fellas. I want us to brainstorm some ideas on that one. What do we have? Anybody, you guys can just fire them out. So the ideal teammate.
Leadership.
Okay, leadership. Another one.
Sacrifice.
Good word. I don't hear that one very often anymore.
Commitment. Supportive.
Dedicated.
Okay, awesome. So all these are great words, guys, and this is when we sit in a boardroom like this and we talk about it, so we can come up with these ideal teammate ideas, and it's great. You guys have done an awesome job. Just remember these things when we're down 6-0 on the road in the third period, and you're getting benched and your teammate's getting, maybe a little bit more ice time than you. Okay. That's when it's hard to be a good teammate, okay? It's easy when we're up 5-0, things are going well, everybody's having a good time. Super easy to be a good teammate. We can all have fun, but really take these things home. Like this word here, supportive. So few of us at lots of levels have a tough time always supporting our teammates. And it's good to challenge our teammates. It's good to be critical of them, to work with them, try to grow together. But we really, it's huge to support your teammates. Any team is going to be a great family, so those are some really good ones, guys. What about coachability? Who had that one? So, Wes, your group, you guys can kind of start it off. What do we have for that?
Being able to eye contact with the coaches, being able to try new things.
Paying attention.
Paying attention, that's a good one. Anybody else?
Criticism.
Taking criticism. That's
Taking what he tells you, even if you think it's wrong.
yes. Fall back. All right, so again, great ones to come up with, guys. Coachability. Good one, eye contact, okay? I have a tough time. A lot of players, when they come in, they have their heads down. They don't talk to, they don't, look a guy in the eye. When you guys go get older and you get into whether it's school or business or anything else, that is a sign of strength and trust that you're looking someone in the eyes, okay? It's, when you first meet someone, it can be a little awkward. You see a good-looking girl you're interested in, it can, make you a little nervous if you stare right in the eyes, but it's, eye contact is so huge, okay? That's a big one. I really like this one because we don't do it enough as well. New things. This is huge. When you go to Bantam AAA, I can almost guarantee you your coach from the year before and your current coach, or at any team really, they're going to have different mindsets. They're going to have different drills. They're going to have different systems. Your coach is in position because he wants to help you. He or she wants to help you. And we're going to have to learn to try new things. I remember going to the HP1 seminar, learning as a young coach. There were some things that I learned from coaches that I had never knew as a player. Never knew. And when I left that weekend, if I would have went there and said, I don't really want to learn anything new, it would have been a waste of a weekend. But it was great because I got to learn so many new things. And then constructive criticism, okay? Being able to have thick skin and take criticism and move it the right way is a huge skill as a young player, okay? So many of us think that, if coach is getting on me, I haven't played well, or I'm in trouble. Taking constructive criticism and pushing that into a good area, your coaches will appreciate that, and I tell you, it'll yield good results down the road. Okay, and then last one, I won't write these ones down, but who are some leaders you guys look up to?
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky, classic. Anybody else? McDavid? Who else?
all the midget AAA players that are representing Grand Prairie, GPAC.
Midget AAA players, that's a good one. They had a good year. Anybody else? Gritty. Gritty, the mascot. You look up to Gritty. Yeah, that was funny, but Gritty's no good, all right? Anybody else? You look up to Wes? That's a good one. Looks up to another teammate. You know, it always doesn't have to be. One thing I like about leaders we look up to, it doesn't always have to be a, you know, an NHL player, or celebrity, or a mascot who's way out to lunch or anything like that. It can just be, you know, it can be, you know, I look up to my dad. He's a great leader of mine, okay? I look up to my wife. She has a good business. She works hard. I look up to mentors, okay? These are people we can look up to as well. It doesn't always have to be celebrity status. And to be honest with you, if you can find people you look up to in the community and you can reach out to them, they can be a mentor for you, that can be a really good thing as well. So, we can head to the next one time. So we'll just show this quick video. Some of you guys, I think we saw this one last year, but I love watching this one. These guys talk about like a brotherhood and what it means to be a teammate. It's a really good message. So
one of the best feelings in the world is when your teammates enjoy watching you do well. And they're not having their best work. It becomes contagious when you have a group who believes in one another. And like we hold dear to our hearts. You know, there's a saying we say it's true team, but it's not a shirt, it's not a saying, team. Everyone is a team. Some of them truly aren't teams, though.
Not only represents us what we do on the court, but off the court as well. So we stick together, do thick and thin, and no matter what, we just try to be true to each other. True team is just something we live by each and every day. You know, just being about one another, doing the right things, having one another's back, and it just shows on the court and even off the court. You know, we just stick together.
Just being all in, being together, being a family, and just treating each other as equal, you know. Never letting a brother like fall, like always picking him up and encouraging him to, you know, next play, and then just be together as a big family.
True team is developed more so as a philosophy of a program than a team. You know, and that's what we say, you know, when we break a huddle. You got to be true to each other in a lot of different areas.
True team stands for togetherness. True team stands for no excuses, determination, hard work, passion, and standing for one another through adversity.
You win together, you lose together, you go through things, you know, together. And to be honest with you, you got to be happy for one another in their successes, and you got to pick each other up, sort of in their failures. And you know, that's something we truly believe in. You know, it's not everybody. Every program has their own mottos and whatnot. And for us, we really hold this one, you know, kind of close to the vest.
You know, might miss a shot or might have a bad call on him, you know, we just come up to him, talk to him, just tell him next play, just to encourage him to, you know, be ready for the next play, you know, he don't knock down the next shot. Just encouraging people and just bringing everybody together.
So good message. Like, couple, I'll just kind of peel around the room a little bit. Who, like, what do you get when you watch that? Anybody? Any feelings you get when you watch that kind of video? Yep.
Like picking your teammates up, kind of, because if you have a bad attitude and you're getting mad at your teammates, it kind of just brings your whole team down.
Really good. Really good. Anybody else when you watch Wes?
Being true to each other.
Being true to each other. That's a good one. Anybody else? So that video, when I watch it, it's kind of inspiring because you see guys like that, they're NCAA athletes, and they care so much about their teammates that they're willing to pick them up and talk about them first and put themselves on the back burner. So when you guys are watching the playoffs coming up here in the spring, one team I was, and everyone kind of fell in love with them last year, but one team I really enjoyed watching was Vegas. When you've seen a guy score on Vegas, there was 4 other guys on the ice, 5 including the goalie, who were more excited or just as excited as that guy. And they had a crazy team camaraderie, and they rode, you know, that intensity into the Stanley Cup Finals. And they beat some teams they probably didn't deserve beating, but you've seen that, and it was really inspiring, and it's inspiring to see you guys do that. So again, when you're out here, even when you're playing in spring camp, you're forward, you get a line mate, pick them up every shift. You have a deep partner, hey, great pass, great first pass, let's keep rolling out here. Because I guarantee you, when your line mates do good, you do well as well. You reflect well on each other, and it's a cycle, okay? So I'm going to talk about, just kind of before we wrap up here, a couple things about the player path, okay? So I know most of you guys will know what the Western Hockey League is, as well as Junior A, okay? When we're in Bantam, we're at AAA, we think of Bantam Draft, we think, hey, Western Hockey League is a must. Some of us think, you know, I need to get drafted, I need to go play in the Western League. You know, others think there's other routes. So I just want to ask a few questions. So first one, very few college hockey players end up playing in the NHL.
False.
False? What do you guys think?
False.
False? Last year, there was 30% of the NHL went and played college hockey as opposed to major junior. 30%. Okay? If you're not drafted in the WHL Bantam draft, it is very difficult to be successful in the Western Hockey League.
False.
False. Myth. Undrafted Bantam players have had successful careers. Trey Fitz-Wolansky, one of my favorite players in the Western League. He had 65 games played, scored 102 points this year, and just signed an entry-level deal with Columbus. Undrafted Bantam player. Nobody wanted him. Too small. Not good enough to play on the World Juniors. He proved everyone else wrong, okay? So points are a very important, or the #1 factor, especially this last year. So I talked to, when I was playing, or coaching the Bantam team, I talked to scouts kind of on a bi-weekly, maybe monthly basis. They call about certain players and whatnot. I have never, ever, ever in my conversations with the Western League scout, or a college scout, talked about points with them once. And that's I'm telling you guys the truth right now. I've talked to 15, 20 Western Hockey League teams about players. We had some great players like Devin Auban and Jaden Watson. Guys get drafted to the Western League. Not once when I was called about them, hey, why don't they get enough points? You know, they're kind of struggling on the power play. So, just some benefits. We won't play this one. Tyler just kind of running tight on timer, but I'll just talk about the Western Hockey League. So the region, the WHL teams are across Canada, Western Canada, and the Northwest United States. You get exposure to the NHL personnel. You get to compete in a world-class major junior league. You get educational time of service. So anybody know what that means, playing in the Western League? Educational time of service?
Every year you play in the league, they'll take you to college.
Very good. So every year you play in the Western League, free year of tuition. So when I went to university, it cost me and my family about $8,000 a year just in tuition and books. That didn't count rent or anything else. Western Hockey League pays for that. Some of our GPAC alumni that play in the Western League, Chance Lund, Jalen Hickson, he's going to go play pro next year in Orlando. Norland Yaremko just got an AHL offer to try out. He played in the Western League, had a hell of a career. Junior A. So they compete in separate provincial leagues. Gives players the opportunity to play at home. For example, you can play with the Storm here in Grand Prairie. The benefits, you compete at a high level close to home. You get exposure to the NCAA personnel. You have close proximity to Junior A team for the affiliation opportunity. Here in town, that's a big thing. Our midget program works directly with our NCAA, or our Junior A program, I should say. NCAA scholarship opportunities. You have the opportunity to compete across the USA and an elite program. So GPAC alumni, Dennis Ricks, Carter Rowney, NHL, Tanner Fritz, NHL, Ryland Yaremko played in the NCAA. These guys are all GPAC guys who've played at that level. So you guys know these guys. Again, just a quick note about them. Carter Rowney, he's won a Stanley Cup. He's playing in Anaheim system. Got to see him play this year. Tanner Fritz just got injured but was up with the big club again this year. Both of these guys did not play Bantam AAA as a first year, okay? So it's the guys who played as first years, great, that's awesome. That's a really big accomplishment, but for those of you who didn't, it's not a point to get discouraged, okay? They went on, they're getting paid big money to play professional hockey now. Two great guys, you know, played Bantam AA or rural hockey their first years, and then they just went on to be successful. So some additional ones, Brendan Gooley plays at Anaheim, Dennis Ricks, Michigan Tech, Tyson Ness, played with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with the Red Deer Rebels, Spencer Pommels, University of Windsor, Kenton Helgeson got drafted by the Ducks. He played with the Western Hockey League, the Calgary Hitmen, for about 4 and 5 years. Had a great career there. So there are a lot of good local players that have went on to play both Western Hockey League and Junior A. take the time to think about your path, okay? Take the time to talk with your parents. What's important to you? You know, do you want to play in school right out of the gate when you're 18, 19? You know, do you want to play in the Western League? What are some benefits of both? When you're a young athlete, I said your body is your business. Mentally, you have to be able to look down the road and see how this is going to affect your life. Where am I going to go to school? Where am I going to live when I'm older? You know, what part of the country am I going to play in? So, we'll go on to the next one there, Tyler. So lastly, guys, just a couple things I want to wrap up with. I'll sound kind of like an old, crusty old hockey player when I talk about this. But don't take for granted the resources we have here, okay? When I was playing GPAC, you know, 10, 12 years ago, we didn't have a lot of these resources, okay? So mental coaching, Matt Bain, we never had that when we were growing up, okay? We never had the opportunity to reach out to him and say, hey, I'm going through a slump. What can I do? Gyms, specialized fitness, off-season, hockey-specific training programs. We have a plethora of them in Grand Prairie now. They're starting to grow more and more. Like a place like VO2 Max and some of the specialized training centers, we never had that, okay? That's been, you know, 5, 10 years in the making. They do a great job. If you're really serious about, you know, off-season training and whatnot, and you guys kind of have to start to be now at this age, get in touch with one of those programs. You can ask me. I'm going to leave my information up. You guys can ask me or get your parents to ask me what ones I like, what, you know, I've used, what our players have had success with. Development ice. As a GPAC player, you get the opportunity to use development ice and get out there and skate with some of the junior A guys, some of the mid AAA coaches. Use it, okay? We never had that extra ice when I was playing. We had 2 practices a week and that was it, okay? Video technology, again, this has come a long ways. When you are in a video session like this, you can be the guy pissing around who doesn't, you know, see what video is up there, doesn't pay attention to what his coach is talking about, or you can be the guy who picks up a tendency and might get power play time because he's paying attention in video, okay? And then full season skills program. This academy that we have in town, the Celtic Academy, none of those were around when we were playing, okay? If that's something you guys are wanting to get involved with, it's a great avenue and just something that's, you know, really lucky that we have in our reach now. So just some final things, guys. First things first, enjoy this weekend and enjoy being a young athlete, okay? You're going to be one point of life, you're going to be almost 30 like myself and almost, whatever age you are, Tyler, I don't want to say. Almost 40, we'll say. But you're going to be at a point one day when you look back and you're playing recreational or senior hockey or industrial or whatever, and you say, man, those were good times. I got to compete at a level, provincials. Man, I went to play junior A, I got to play NCAA. Enjoy it, fellas. Take a look around every once in a while. It's stressful. Like, I know for the guys this year, tough record, tough season, but, you know, pick your heads up, okay? There's times where it's not always going to be a results-based business. There's going to be times where, you know, you look and say, hey, I'm playing Bantam AAA, I'm developing, I'm playing midget U16, I'm playing AA. Whatever you end up playing, enjoy that aspect, okay? Second thing, strive to be a great teammate and a coachable athlete, okay? These are 2 things that are extremely difficult to do. And if you guys can hone that in, I'm telling you, it'll take you leaps and bounds past guys who don't want to do that. Ask for feedback, okay? So few of our players, I coached the Bantam team back-to-back a couple years, I had maybe 3 guys come up to me and ask, hey coach, what can I be doing better? Where should I be working on? It just simply doesn't happen enough. And you guys have the resource in front of you. Don't be scared to approach a coach. They love that. We love giving feedback. It's not the old days where your coach is going to scream at you for coming in the coach's room. We have that opportunity now. Understand the commitment it takes to be an elite athlete. Lead by example and represent your organization with pride. When you are a Grand Peace Athletic Club hockey player, you are one 365 days a year, okay? So if I see one of you players out at an event, you know, when you're acting great, you're a good leader, you're being a good person, that's huge, okay? It's the vice versa too. If I see you being negative at an event, or Tyler or anybody else, you have a microscope on you, okay? You're representing our community. Compete to the best of your ability each day when you come to the rink, and cherish the opportunity to play hockey, make memories, and build lifelong friendships. I'm telling you fellas, some of you guys in this room, I hope you go on to play in the NHL. I hope you have great careers. But based on statistics, a good portion of us are going to play hockey for life, and it's going to be enjoyable just for an enjoyment factor when we get to a certain point. Enjoy the process of being a hockey player, okay? I know we put pressure on ourselves, we get stressed, you know, we want to be great, and I get that. I love guys who want to be great and compete, but at the same time, enjoy the process of it, okay? Cherish the opportunity to sit next to your teammates and work hard every day, okay? And just lastly, fellas, thanks for having me out. I hope you guys enjoy your spring camp. Like Tyler said, it's an opportunity to either come out and, you know, try to put half an effort in, or you know, not show your best, or you come out to camp, you blow the doors off, you put your best effort forward, you know, you put a good image in the people watching you going into the fall, because, you know, there's nothing better than to leave here knowing you guys did your best this weekend. You can go back to your hometowns or here in Grand Prairie, put in a great summer, and go into fall camp feeling like $1 million, okay? So thanks for having me out, fellas. I wish you guys all the best of luck, and everyone, come around the rink. Please feel free to come out and reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to all of you, okay? All right, fellas, enjoy. Best